So it's been a good day. It's been a wonderful day out here in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I had a solid ride today. It's too windy to do a full out and back on the bike. So on the windy days, I like to do a little crit, if you will, in the parking lot. So I'll go find a vacant parking lot and set up a little course. And I've been really appreciating this course I have that I set up, imaginary course. And it's about a 3-minute lap the first time I ever did it. So I'm always racing myself and fighting the wind. So on a windy day, you seem to find that the wind blows harder in two directions and less in two other directions. So my thought was to basically lower the amount of time I spend in a headwind. I would need to ride a grid pattern, So obviously with a tailwind, I can just run straight down, all the way to the end of the course. So what I do with the tailwind is I take a short, make a left, get a half tailwind, make a right, 2 rights at the end of that, come back on the course like a figure 8. You know what I'm saying? So I do 180s with the tailwind so that I can extend the time I spend with the advantage of the wind. And then at the very end of the course, I hit my lap timer at the middle or the bottom of the course. Then I make a hard right and I drive all the way back up to the top of the course and start a new figure 8 pattern, or serpentine pattern rather, because there's about 6 turns in the course back and forth on each other. And that way I spend only that one straightaway with a straight headwind. And then everything else is either half headwind or half tailwind or full tailwind. So I set this course up. It takes me about 3 minutes to ride. I really enjoy it. And I was trying to get a little footage today. I really felt good. And yesterday, 2 days ago, I tried to get footage and didn't go so well. The camera fell over. So today I was determined to do that, get that good footage, because I'm getting these lean angles that I didn't think I could achieve on the fixed gear bicycle. And so I really wanted to kind of study it and see what I was doing. I didn't think I was so cool so much as I want to see the physics so that I can maybe one day participate in the Formula Fixed crit, if you've ever seen or heard of. It happens right now in California, I think, where it's like F1 racing, but with fixed gear bicycles in a tight go-kart track, basically. So lots of tight turns, lots of elbowing, good crashes, and I love it all. And I want to be in that. So I'm practicing against the wind and myself in a timer. And I also have a heart monitor, which keeps me excited because I get to see where my heart is. And I've been pushing into maintaining a 3.8 or higher for 30 to 45 minutes, which makes my treadmill times much easier because my heart doesn't give out. Either way, I digress. So I set up a criterium for myself with my own fixed gear. And I wanted to get some video of the turns because they really make or break a race is how well you turn. Anybody can go straight fast, just like on a motorcycle. But if you can't turn the thing, it doesn't matter, you'll lose. So I've been cutting these nice V-shaped turns. I've been trying to get a good V rather than a C, Nice and aggressive, tight in, tight out, Either way. So at the end of my 10 miles on this, the whole track is literally 0.85 miles. So I do about 11 laps of this little course to get 10 miles. And I do it in about 35 minutes. So it's not a bad time. Don't quote me on that, but something in there. Either way, after I was done with my pushing hard, I decided to set up the camera again down the middle aisle because it's whatever, doesn't matter. Either way. So I started to do a couple of practice turns in the middle aisle instead of the outside aisles. Now I typically turn on the outside aisles and cut back across the middle, turn back, serpentine all the way down the track. What I didn't realize, although it's a big fear of mine, is low siding, And I didn't realize in the center aisle there's a painted stripe all the way down the center aisle that doesn't exist on the outer aisles. And that's why I can sometimes push it and almost lose it on the outside, but regain grip, regain confidence, It's pretty confident. Either way, on this occasion, with the cameras rolling, I took a nice hard turn down the center aisle, coming right towards the camera, and it looked really good. I will have to upload some video so you can see it looked really good. Either way, when that back tire seemed to catch on to that paint line, it gave me a different reaction than I was used to, I guess you could say. But I low-sided, bailed out, thumped my wrists a little bit, just my palms, skinned up my knee pretty good, more than I thought. And I rolled over topside, and I may have headbutted the ground a little bit, somewhere in this area. I don't know. Either way, instantly, my glasses cut my eye, I believe is what happened. And I just saw blood. It was kind of cool. And in the video, you'll see I just rolled up out of it, stood up within a short while, and walked to the camera to turn it off. I didn't know what else to do. Like, I wanted to make sure I wasn't concussed. I wanted to make sure that I could get my bike in the truck before, if I was to pass out or something. I didn't know how I felt or what I felt. I knew that in 110-degree heat, I didn't want to pass out on the sidewalk. You know what I mean? Because that would be other injuries involving peeling my skin off the ground. So I got up, calmly walked to the camera, shut it down, then grabbed my bike and threw it in the back of the truck, and just got in the truck and sat there to make sure I was all right in case I was going to pass out or something. I don't know. I didn't feel it. I just didn't want it to happen, surprisingly. I don't know how that works. I don't recall the steps to passing out is anything I learned. Coincidentally, I've also never learned how to actually walk into a hospital and get help. The last time I walked into a hospital to get help, I had a misfire with a gun and it shot through my leg, so I duct taped it. And then the next day I went to the hospital to get help. And for 6 hours I stood in the hallway waiting to see if somebody was going to stitch me up or let me go. And it was terrible. It was just such a long day and I just wanted to leave. And then there was obviously a bill for standing in their hallway and getting gauze. So yeah, I'm not real good at the hospital thing. So people are saying I should get some stitches or some glue or something, but I'm thinking, well, we'll just write it out, see what it looks like. Probably find some more antibacterials or something and just let it be what it is. But yeah, it was a good ride. I'm gonna have to post the video so you can see the crash. It was pretty sweet, pretty spectacular. It happens kind of quick, so I slowed it down so you can actually see how cool I look as I scrape my face on the ground. It's one of my skills. I'm actually pretty good at it. So other than that, I'm feeling really good. I can't wait to ride again. I'm in my 300-mile challenge for May currently, and I just finished, I want to say 280 miles, and it is currently the 25th. So I have 5 days to do 20 miles, and I typically ride 10 miles a day or more. So maybe I'll do it all in one day or maybe not, but I'm glad to say I did 300 miles in May. It wasn't as challenging as I thought it would be. It was a little bit boring because where I'm located now, bikers are kind of not adapted into the society, even though a lot of people ride here. And the roads and the trails don't really suit fixed gear biking. It's very jagged, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very interrupted by car traffic. So I ride out of necessity and I deal with the boredom. So me riding on the crit track has been a big relief because there's not a lot of cars coming in. It's an empty parking lot near a gym. So I can see cars for long enough if they are coming in and they see me so they don't go by me as I'm doing what I'm doing. And also I can just focus on what I got to do and focus on the time and kick hard, and I like to keep my heart rate up. So yeah, cool thing was within minutes of crashing and leaking blood all over everywhere, all of my wounds actually stopped bleeding. So I have thick blood. That's a good thing, right? I don't have sickle cell. So that's a plus. But I am on that high after you get a good crash, so this is why you need to have 2 to 3 bikes. I've repaired my handlebars. They were scuffed up a bit. I lost some tape, some handlebar tape, so I had to retape some stuff, but she's ready to go. I'm ready to go. I don't like bleeding inside of my pants though, so I need to figure out a gauze situation for my leg. And the shower was pretty rough. It was a spicy one when I got back. Yeah, the shower was a spicy one after I got back. But yeah, I made it through and I got a little bit of ointment on me, so I'm doing good. I hope that you are doing good as well. I hope that you are challenging yourself and meeting those goals, or at least failing at them with a good attempt, and that doesn't stop you from continuing to be who you want to be. Yeah, well, I don't know why I'm doing this. I just felt good and I wanted to talk about it because it was a good day. I hope you have a wonderful one too. So I realized I hadn't shown you all of the bruises and bumps, so I'm going to give you a little rundown of what happened there. I thumped my palms just a little bit. This one here is bruising just slightly, but they're very functional still. Someone thought I might have broke a wrist or something, but I used to skateboard, you know. I did scuff up my tattoo a little bit, and my forearm is, I guess you can't really see it, but yeah, it's been set ablaze a little bit due to said pavement activity. Lastly, this one's going to be harder to see. I did happen to catch my knee down there. And so I went to a pharmacy and I got some, what I thought were gauze. Turns out it was just cotton. And I have some tape. So this is what I look like here. I don't know if you can see that great, but it's not that important. What I'll say is I'm grateful for the life I lead, for the blessings and the physical health that I have, and I will remain grateful in the failures and the success as best as possible, you know. So it was a good ride. It was absolutely a dope ride. I got my lap time down under 450, under 250. Did I get, I think I have to check my times. I might post those as well, but my lowest lap time on that 3-minute course, I got it down to, I want to say 252. So, was it 247? I don't know. I'm excited about that. It was pretty good. So I'm pushing, you know, and I like to see the little gains you gain because I ride a pretty stiff bike. I guess I'll give you a preview of this thing. Hold on. So this is Earl. Earl, the incompatible battle beetle is what I call him. Yeah, that's him. As you can see, it is a single speed fixed gear. So watch this. Right, got a nice time trial seat and aero bars. This is where I had a little scuff, so I had to fix this part here. But it's still looking good. And I call him the battle beetle because this front end looks like one of those horned beetles that you see in the National Geographic, and they have that kind of oily paint scheme on their armor. And so when I'm riding, I see my shadow across me on the ground. It looks like one of those beetles. And I call them incompatible because here in a place like where I am, hills are really difficult to do with that guy. That is a 61 tooth, and then the back I'm riding a 14. So she's tough to get started, but I can get it up to 30 miles an hour. That's the top speed I've gotten on this bike. So Earl's gotten me up to 30 miles an hour, which is pretty impressive for only having one gear. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I hope that wasn't too difficult to hear me as I'm moving things around. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but as I say, I stay grateful. I've got so many blessings. I've run out of ways to keep track of them. And I just want to teach and enjoy life and be a blessing to other people as I've been blessed so greatly. So reach out if you got any questions or ideas. If you want to race me, I think I'm ready.